Hello, New Hampshire Realtors. I'm Marc Drapeau, your 2020 NHAR president. It's Monday, June 22nd, and we're now 1 week into Governor Sununu's Safer at Home order after his original stay-at-home order expired a week ago today. As part of our weekly update, we've got a familiar friend to help walk us through some of the details of the Safer at Home. So with that, I'll welcome NHAR legal counsel, Matt Johnson. Hello, Matt.
Hello, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're glad to have you here. As I mentioned last week, New Hampshire said goodbye to the stay-at-home, and now we're under the condition of the governor's safer-at-home order. So Matt, what does that change mean for New Hampshire realtors and our clients?
Thanks for asking, Mark. So the general answer is it changes a couple things favorably for realtors, but a lot of what we've been doing and need to continue to do stays the same. So let's first talk about what changes. With the safer-at-home guidance issued, realtors can now have open houses, and you can have in-person meetings in your office if that is advisable. What has not changed is the guidance we've been providing for a period of time now relative to the governor's universal guidelines for how businesses need to operate. So that means that you can have your employees back in the office, but you need to ask them the questions each day relative to COVID symptoms. You need to track their temperature each day. If they're sick or experience any of the symptoms, they cannot come to work. You need to make sure they stay home. You do need to make sure not discriminate against anyone who has a COVID diagnosis. That's important as well. You need to reinforce hygiene. You need to reinforce social distancing, the use of masks when you're outside of your office or in a spot that you cannot properly social distance. And again, the guidance encourages flexible work schedules and allowing people to work from home if they can do it, and avoiding meetings in person if possible. So while the governor's order does not prohibit open houses or in-person meetings, it is still advisable to avoid them if you can do it in a way that is another way, such as digitally. I know that's not preferred, but it is still the safest step from a public health standpoint. You should also look at your policies for your business. Those are not mandatory, but you should check with that. It's not mandatory, but again, good practice to communicate with your employees regularly about what's going on and what do you see into the future so they can be prepared, and also to update your employees and remind them of the federal legislation out there for them as well. So they are part of this process, since it appears it'll be with us for a little while longer. This current order goes through August 1st. So we have a period of time where we'll be working under these rules. But as we've seen, the governor may modify these as circumstances dictate. So we encourage everyone to continually monitor the CDC website and the governor's website, because that is the place for the most current and up-to-date information about how businesses should be operating safely as we start to reopen the New Hampshire economy.
Great. Thanks, Matt, for providing us with some guidance on that. It's always enlightening to have you join us. So thank you again. Next, let's talk briefly about changes to the Payroll Protection Plan loans. Last Wednesday, the Small Business Administration and the U.S. Treasury released updated guidance for the Payroll Protection Plan. Included in the changes are that the percentage of the loan that must be dedicated to payroll expenses has decreased from 75% to 60%, meaning that business owners can now use the additional percentage for the mortgage, rent, or other operating expenses and still be eligible for forgiveness of the loan. Also, the length of time which borrowers have to expend the loan and still be eligible for forgiveness has been lengthened. What used to be an 8-week period has been extended to 24 weeks. Borrowers must still complete and submit a forgiveness application to their lenders, but their forgiveness application process has been streamlined as part of the changes. The deadline to apply for the PPP is June 30th, so interested individuals and businesses should be sure to apply with an SBA lender by the end of the month. For more information, visit nar.realtor.Washington-report, and that link will be listed right here. And finally, we've got 2 videos we'll be distributing later this week. On Wednesday, look for a video with NARN CEO Joe Ryan providing an overview of the MLS Clear Cooperation Policy. And Thursday, Matt Johnson will return, along with NHAR Public Policy Chairman Chris Norwood, to talk about the legal ramifications around landlord-tenant issues during the pandemic. So that's it for this week. Thanks as always for tuning in and for sharing this video with colleagues so that we can keep all members of our New Hampshire Realtor family informed. Continue to stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you again next week.